Ever since the first discovery of the first exoplanet outside of our solar system, which happened in 1995, mankind have discovered hundreds, if not thousands, of other planets orbiting other stars. But they have all been searching for the same thing: small terrestrial planets that are a sufficient distance from their stars to not boil the water, but also close enough to not freeze it, because no life on Earth can survive without liquid water. But let's take a look at it this way. Take a look at underneath the oceans on our own planet. In early days, people believed there was no life below 300 meters because there was no light down there. But now we know that they are wrong after creatures were pulled up in nets by older exploration vessels, and we have photographed these animals up close. And then, in the late 1960s and early 70s, geologists went underwater aboard the submersible the Alvin to investigate evidence of underwater hot springs. And what they did not expect to find was that these hot springs, in spite of pouring out highly toxic waters at extreme pressures and at 4 times the temperature that it would take to boil water up here on the surface, there was an ecosystem down there far more diverse than any we'd find at the surface. So for centuries, humans have expected to find such parts of the Earth barren and completely lifeless. But now we know that there isn't a single area on Earth, not one small place, that doesn't have life. And I'm thinking we can apply similar principles to other planets. I'm not really trying to imply that I think there is some form of life on every planet in the universe, but I guess I just mean to say that while some of these planets may seem completely hostile to us and other organisms on our planet, there could very well be living beings that would thrive under such horrid conditions as those planets whose sunlight is enough to melt the rock, or those with winds of several thousand kilometers an hour. In fact, scientists have recently discovered traces of phosphine gas on Venus, the second most hostile planet in the solar system after Jupiter, and phosphine gas comes from bacteria. So it is possible that in spite of the corrosive toxic atmosphere and extreme temperatures and pressures, there could be life under that perpetual layer of clouds.